अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम मैम।
अब सिर्फ ज्वाइन कई आहे मीटिंग।
जी मैम, तला खे मैसेज कयो पर तला दे मैसेज मुझे डिलीवर ही न कयो।
अच्छा ठीक आहे, हाणे हीअं की ॿिया स्टूडेंट्स जेके आहिनि उन्हनि खे मां मैसेज वरी बि कयां थी, जीअं उहे ऑनलाइन थियनि त पोइ विदिन 5 मिनट्स असां स्टार्ट कंदासीं मीटिंग खे। ठीकु आहे?
जी मैम।
ओके, तला त ज्वाइन करे वरितो आहे, मां वरी बि मैसेज उन्हनि खे ड्रॉप करियां थी।
जी मैम।
ओके, लिंक त तव्हां ॾे अची वियो आहे न, तॾहिं तव्हां ज्वाइन कयो आहे त ॿियनि स्टूडेंट्स ते बि जेको आहे लिंक वियो हूंदो।
जी मैम। यस मैम।
ठीकु आहे, ओके। 5 minutes we are just waiting for the students to come and join, and after 5 minutes we will start our class.
Okay ma'am.
स्क्रीन आ रही है? आप लोगों के पास स्क्रीन आ रही है?
Yes ma'am, आ रही है।
शेयर हो रही है ना ये वाली जो पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी की स्लाइड्स हैं?
जी मैम।
Yes ma'am.
जी मैम।
Okay, 4 students have joined. Niba, where are the other students? बेटा दूसरे स्टूडेंट्स कहाँ पे हैं? उन्होंने मुझे मैसेज तो अभी किया था कि मैडम हम ज्वाइन करें, उसमें आसिफ था, कोई और स्टूडेंट्स थे, लेकिन
वो पता नहीं कहाँ पर है।
हाँ नहीं, उन्होंने अभी मैसेज तो किया था, यहाँ पे ही मैसेज किया था कि हम
Yes.
ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर उसके बाद में वो पता नहीं कहाँ गायब हो गए। बहरहाल ओके, बिकॉज द टाइम इज ओवर, आई हैव वेटेड फॉर मोर देन 15 मिनट्स फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू टू come and join. So now I think we should start because we have a time for this meeting. If you remember positive psychology, हमने उसका इंट्रोडक्शन जो है वो किया हुआ है पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी का, लेकिन क्योंकि आफ्टर 2 to 3 months we are starting again our classes, so I thought it better to start from for the refreshment, or for to remember that what we have studied in positive psychology. We are starting from the definition of positive psychology, or from the overall introduction of positive psychology, from its definition to like the different type of the assumptions of positive psychology, because this is something new in the field of psychology. And positive psychology, like if you look at this screen on this slide, is it clear? If the slide is clear to all of you, if the slide is clear to all of you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now look, if you look at this slide, positive psychology, different type of the words are written over here to show you that this positive psychology, it means that this will talk about your strengths, it will talk about like flourishing, it will talk about all positive characteristics that will increase your positive potential. So this field is, what is this field? Like, this is a new field within the field of psychology, which is focusing on different perspectives, like how it is different from others. If you look at it here, that what should be the definition of psychology, or this positive psychology, or how this field of psychology, which we say it is positive psychology. What is positive in it? Positive, it means that obviously it's a psychology or a field of psychology which focuses on something positive, positive in the field of psychology. So positive psychology, if we want to define it simply, it's a scientific study of what makes life most worth living. It means that this is a psychology which focuses on the type of experiences or the type of activities or the type of like traits scientifically, which are most worth living, means life most worth living. We will describe here all the things which are most worth living. So positive psychology, in other words, simplest definition of positive psychology is that this is a scientific approach to studying human thoughts. We within a psychology, obviously the subject matter of psychology is to study the behavior in a form of thoughts or feelings, or like cognitive behavior or observable behavior, with a focus on strengths. In positive psychology, what we do that this type of psychology, or within this field of psychology, which is scientific approach to studying human thoughts, feelings and behavior, but the focus is changed. In positive psychology, the focus of a researcher, the focus of a psychologist changes on how from weaknesses to the strengths, with the focus on strengths instead of weaknesses. If you look here, building the good in life instead of repairing the bad, and taking the lives of average people up to great, sorry, instead of focusing solely on moving those who are struggling up to the normal. Like in what is the definition of psychology? If we remember that psychology is the scientific study, means that is again the scientific approach to studying the human behavior, feelings and their thoughts. But what the focus was on, abnormal behavior, like the focus was on difficulties, the focus on was illnesses. Now here in positive psychology, it's a field of psychology which is focusing on the strength instead of weaknesses of an individual, and which is focusing on the strengths of communities, which is focusing on the strengths of different organizations and institutions, and is focusing on like not on like instead of focusing solely on moving those who are struggling up to normal, but to become a great, like to focus on those qualities or characteristics that can make life worth living. What is the focus of positive psychology? Now the focus of positive psychology changes from the focus of like all other fields of psychology, which we already know that there are different type of fields, or different and various fields of psychology, and all obviously are very great in their own perspectives. But this psychology is different from all those psychologies and different fields of psychology. How? Because now this positive psychology focuses on positive events and influences in life. What these positive events and influences are, like positive experiences of positive emotions of happiness, emotions of joy, emotions and act of inspiration, and emotion and act of love. Then positive states and traits, these three are in fact the areas of positive psychology, or the focus of positive psychology, that how is personally you can have a positive experiences, and those positive experiences would be the use of positive emotions. Like happiness, if you are happy, it means that you are great. If you are joy in a emotion or in a state of joy, in a state of inspiration and love, it means that it is something very positive for human life, and again for human psychological state. So positive states, when we come to the second point or second focus of positive psychology's focus is on positive states and traits like gratitude, like resilience, like compassion, and like optimism, and overall positive mindset. So these are different kind of the traits which will these are the traits, and these are obviously mindset can be, and these can be the activities which will help us to grow more healthy and to get more out of our experiences. And then positive institutions, because from the person to the community, this psychology field is focusing. Positive institutions, it means by what does we mean by positive institutions, how the institutions can be made positive. Like if we think about or talk about education, if we think and talk about parenting, if we think and talk about different other institutions, how they would be positive. It may, are they not positive? Of course there are some weaknesses in the institutions which are not making them more positive. When we are saying positive, it means that we are concerned about the well-being of humans, we are concerned about the well-being of a person, and from a single person to the whole community, to the groups, and to the overall nation. So positive institutions, it means applying positive principles within entire organizations and institutions, like positive parenting, like positive education, like positive law enforcing agencies, like positive all organizations which are working in any society. So from the person and from personal experiences to the traits and states, and to the then institutions. This is the focus of positive psychology. And now look, we if we talk about its introduction, that why positive psychology and who introduced the positive psychology field of positive psychology. Now the question arises, why? Means why positive psychology? Because the purpose of the psychology, overall psychology, without taking the this term positive, is also to treat illnesses and to get more good. So what is the difference between the previous fields of psychology in this field of psychology? Now this field of psychology is not giving much attention to mental illnesses, or to abnormal and psychology, or to like psychopathology, to trauma, to suffering, and to pain. But this psychology is giving importance to what? To the well-being, and to the happiness, and to the exceptionalism, and to the strengths, and to the flourishing of individuals. You all in the, like students, we all including me are very much aware that whenever we enter in the field of psychology, we think of psychology as this is something which treats mental illnesses, and obviously this has remained in the whole history the purpose of psychology. What has remained the purpose of psychology in the whole history? To treat mental illnesses. Like we focused on abnormalities, we focus on abnormal behaviors, we give importance to the sufferings and traumas and disorders. But little has been done for a little research work has been done, or little attention was given, or little time and attention was dedicated to what? To the like presence of positive states, to the presence of positive traits, to the presence of positive characters, and to the presence of strength and well-being of individuals directly, rather than focusing on mental illnesses. So what happened in positive psychology, Martin Seligman, I know, I hope that you remember that the founder and the father of positive psychology is Martin Seligman. What happened with this man? Martin Seligman grew frustrated with psychology's overly narrow focus on the negative, and so much attention was paid to the mental illness and abnormal psychology, and to trauma, suffering, and pain, and relatively very little attention was dedicated to happiness and to the like use of positive emotions, and to the state of well-being, and to the presence of exceptional cases, and to the strength of individuals and flourishing of individuals as an individual, as a group, and as a community. So what happened when he grew frustrated? He became frustrated with all this focus of psychology, which he said that this is a narrow focus of psychology. What then happened? He proposed a subfield. This is a new subfield of psychology, obviously positive psychology, with a complete change on a focus, and with the focus on what is life giving rather than life depleting. And that what we have to do, we do not have to look at the darknesses which are obviously present. We do not have to think negative. We do not have to become weak. Rather than what we have to do, we have to look at what are the reasons behind, or the causes can be, or the powers can be, to be well, increase the well-being, to increase the like life of an individual, psychological lifeline, and mental health of an individual. He proposed a new subfield of psychology with a focus on what is life-giving rather than life-depleting. The foundational paper of this new field, positive psychology, was first time published in 2000 by Martin Seligman, and the founding father of flow. Flow is like a character. It's a state, and on this flow, Mihaly presented the paper. He is also known as the founding father of the flow, and again positive psychology along with Martin Seligman. So he proposed that this new theory, whose focus was on life-giving activities or experiences or traits and practices. This was positive psychology. Now, if we come to then further continuing the Seligman's work, Seligman's call for a greater focus on the positive psychology. One thing I tell you that Martin Seligman became, when he became the president of American Psychological Association, he thought that now I have a chance. I have a chance to introduce this new field. And what he did, he made a call for a greater focus on the positive psychology. And in 2000, or since 2000, Seligman's call, after Seligman's call for a greater focus on the positive psychology or positive in life, has been answered by thousands of the researchers around the world, provoking tens of thousands of studies on positive phenomena, and establishing a base for the application of positive principles to coaching within the field of teaching, within the field of relationships, within the field or organizations of workplace, in every other life domain. What happened that now, for example, think that positive psychology was introduced as a medicine to change all negativities, no, to bring positivities, where in a teaching, in a relationships, in a workplace, in a community, in a social life, in a group life, and in everywhere, every like a domain of a life. So this was introduced as something new field, and it got a wonderful appreciation. Now this is low. After introducing or working after the thousands of the research papers on positive topics, have proved an enormous repository of knowledge on how to encourage ourselves and all those which are around us to live the best lives possible. For example, one thing which provokes me as a student of psychology, one thing which comes in our mind, that why Martin Seligman introduced this field of positive psychology. He was having all good in his life. For example, if we think that material is something which can bring us everything in our life. The money is something which can bring us everything within our life, or the wonderful and good paying, good salary job can bring happiness in our life. So it is clear that all these things are not all the things which can bring happiness to our lives, or something more good or satisfaction type things in our lives. So what happened after the plethora of projects and papers on positive topics have provided an enormous repository of knowledge on how to encourage ourselves and those around us to live the best life possible. And one thing came is a great thing, that happiness is a mood and positivity is a mindset. For example, you are positive, it means that this is a mindset which can change your whole life, and can bring increase your lifeline. It was introduced like something like that. Now we are coming to the main points of positive psychology. What happened after positive psychology was introduced as a field of psychology? In general, the greatest potential benefit of positive psychology is that it teaches us the power of shifting one's perspective. Like the main thing which was asked in positive psychology, all papers are introduced in positive psychology researches, or in the projects, or in the call which was made for positive psychology to be introduced in our lives. It was a change of perspective. You have to change your perspective. How can we change our perspective? For example, if we were going on some type of the roads, and they were also for the change, but the focus was not proper. Now we have focused, we have changed, we have to change our and shift our the perspective. We have to change the road to the better life. This was one thing, that you have to change your focus. You have to change the perspective from negative, giving importance to the negative, and giving importance to the mental illness, giving importance to the treatment of those things. You do not have to all the time think of psychology investing all of your energies and your time on the treatment of the illnesses. No, what you have to do, you really need to change the shift in your perspective from negative to positive, from mental illnesses to health, and then from what? Positive outlook. Having a positive outlook, it is a better thing. Positive outlook is what? Something like, look here, one's perspective. When we have changed our perspective, now injecting a bit more optimism and gratitude into your life. What happened, that how can we change our life from what shift we need to bring in our life? We have to focus on positive optimism. We have to focus on gratitude. We have to focus on relations. We have to focus on the sense of connectedness. We have to focus on the use of positive emotions. And this was all introduced in positive psychology. Now, like injecting a bit more optimism and gratitude into your life is simple action that can give you a radically more positive outlook on life. If you are becoming more optimistic, if you are becoming grateful to the things which you have in your life, rather than regretting on those things or regretting for those things that you do not have in your life, that will not bring anything good in your life. What you have to do, whatever you are having, you should need to be grateful. And this is the transfer from one perspective to the other perspective, because it will bring a positive outlook in our lives. And now, for example, the second point. Now, what is the second point? You have to be optimistic. You have to be grateful, and that will what it will do. Injecting bit more optimism and gratitude into your life is a simple action that can give you a radically more positive outlook. Positive psychology was not established to replace traditional psychology. Now, one thing which comes in our mind, that is it replacing the traditional psychology or the fields of psychology which focus on the illnesses or mental illnesses, no, on the treatment of the mental illnesses? This is not something which is given in against master of any other field of psychology. It asks the psychologists, it asks the students of psychologists, it asks for the from the people, from the communities, from the organizations that please change your perspective, change your like focus from what this was not. This point is cleared over here, that it was positive psychology was not established to replace the traditional psychology or fields of psychology, but the purpose was to complement it with a positive bias that's just as strong as psychology's negative bias over the last several decades. Like, if you please, you require as a psychologist to rather than focusing or investing all energies on the negative perspective, according to the like positive psychologist, that negative psychologist के ऊपर हमने नहीं इम्पोर्टेंस देनी है, बल्कि हमने क्या करना है, पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी के क्यों इंट्रोड्यूस करवाई गई थी, ताकि हम उसको जो ऑलरेडी ट्रेडिशनल साइकोलॉजी हमारे पास मौजूद है उसको हम कॉम्प्लीमेंट करें एक और पॉजिटिव इंट्रोडक्शन के साथ में, एक और नए पर्सपेक्टिव के साथ में, एक नए जो है वो लाइक स्ट्रॉन्ग अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स के साथ में, एक नए ग्लास के साथ में, पर्सपेक्टिव के साथ में, एक नए ऑप्शंस के साथ में, ठीक है। तो वो क्या होंगे, उसमें क्या होना चाहिए, अब हमारे बिहेवियर में क्या चीज़ें होनी चाहिए, we should have to be grateful, we should have to be thankful, we should feel that we are blessed, we should have the feelings of gratefulness, and we should be very much optimistic. Optimism is something, if we are being I think that, for example, if you look at it, whenever I study positive psychology, that I realize that all the things which are present in one's religion. One's religion, I'm saying because I know that, and I am sure that within all religions of the world, all these positivities are given more importance and they are preached. So, being a Muslim, I even whenever I read Holy Quran, whenever I read Hadith, whenever I read like the explanations about different religions, I found all these things that they are there. Why? Because these things, when I realize that these are the more important things that can make you happy, and we should give importance to all these things, because what they do, these increases your lifeline, they make you that in a peaceful state of our mind. Your heart becomes great, your mind becomes great with all these things. If you are grateful to the Almighty Allah, if you are feeling grateful to the people who are doing something for them, like your parents, your teachers, your siblings, your friends, your peer group, your community peoples, that's great. And gratitude, being thankful to all these things, for all the blessings you are having, and then making relations with other people, positive relations which profit and increases our well-being, not negative relations. And then optimism. If you are optimistic, this is obviously I know that you all are very clear that optimism is something, हमें क्या बताया जाता है कि अगर आप उम्मीद आपके अंदर है, अगर आप अल्लाह ताला से उम्मीद रखते हो कि बहुत बेहतरीन चीज़ हो जाएगी, आप मतलब होपफुल हो, आप नाउम्मीद नहीं हो, तो फिर आप समझें कि आप ईमान वाले इंसान हैं। नहीं, अगर आप उम्मीद नहीं रखते हो, कोई अच्छी अल्लाह ताला की ज़ात से नहीं रखते हो, आप नहीं हो, मतलब ऑप्टिमिस्टिक नहीं हो, समथिंग गुड विल हैपन इन योर लाइफ, व्हिच मींस दैट यू आर नॉट लाइक गुड मुस्लिम, नहीं होता। तो इसी तरह से ये चीज़ें जो है, अगर हम रिलेट कर रहे होते हैं ना, तो हमें पता चलता है कि ये चीज़ें जब एक वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में बैठा हुआ शख्स, नो डाउट उनकी भी एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग बहुत बेहतरीन होगी, तभी उन्होंने ये एक चीज़ एक ऐसा फील्ड इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया जिसकी वजह से हमें भी सोचने का मौका मिला है कि हमारे साथ में जो इतनी बहुत बेहतरीन तालीमात हैं, हमने कभी उनके ऊपर गौर ही नहीं किया। और अब जब हमने ये देखा, मैं अपनी बात कर रही हूँ आप अपने बच्चों के साथ में, कि जब मैंने ये देखा कि देखें हम तो इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस दे ही नहीं रहे होते हैं, लेकिन जब वो बाहर के लोग हमें बताते हैं कि ये फील्ड्स जो हैं बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, ये स्टेट बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, ये बिहेवियर्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, तो हमें लगता है कि ये तो साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन चीज़ें हैं। यानी अब जो है जब हम ये बायोलॉजिकल बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें जिनको हम बता रहे हैं कि ये तो पहले से ही हमें पता थी लेकिन अब साइंस ने उन्हें प्रूव कर दिया, तो बिल्कुल इसी तरह से जो साइकोलॉजिकल लाइक बिहेवियर से रेलिवेंट चीजें हैं ना, वो भी जब साइंस प्रूव करती है तो फिर हमें पता चलता है कि अच्छा ये तो हमें पहले से पता थी। जैसे आपको पता है ग्रेटिट्यूड की क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, ऑप्टिमिस्टिक होने की क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है, कि जो ऑप्टिमिस्टिक नहीं है वो शक्तन मतलब वो दूर पड़ जाता है, अल्लाह की ज़ात से दूर हट जाता है, कि वो नहीं होता फिर उसमें जो जिसको ब्लेसिंग्स मिले उस पर्सन में। और यकीनन ऐसा होता है जब कि हम नाउमीद हो जाए तो फिर क्या होता है, फिर हम नेगेटिव बिहेवियर्स को करते हैं, उनपे सुसाइड है, उसमें डिप्रेशन है, उसमें इस तरह की चीजें हैं। तो पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी इज अ ग्रेट थिंग in the field of overall psychology. Now look, we are coming again here. People overestimate. Now these are some of the points which really impressed me a lot, and I thought to discuss and share with you. That what happens if people overestimate the impact of money on their happiness by quite a lot. What we think that if we will have a lot of money, in fact, then we will be happy. It does have some influence, no doubt. It have money have influence in our life, but what nearly as much as we might think. So focusing less on attaining wealth will actually make you happier. It doesn't mean that you have to be the part of something, a type of a machine or a type of system, and the purpose of that system and the purpose of the part of that system is to earn the money and to get material things. Spending money on experiences provides a bigger boost to happiness than spending money on material possessions. And gratitude is gratitude is a big contributor to happiness in life, suggesting the more we cultivate gratitude, the happier we will be. And all these things which I am sharing with you, they are not philosophical things. They are not based on only personal experiences, but they are scientifically proven, because the positive psychology is the scientific study of these all the behaviors. And not only they are just your personal experiences which you are sharing and which we all are discussing here. No, they are scientifically proven. Positive relation is of greatest importance. They will make you happy. Happiness is a state which is more required. If you feel happy, you will be great and you will be healthy rather than mentally ill. Now these are the words which really impressed me a lot. These words says that oxytocin. बेटा आप एक्सक्यूज मी बेटा प्लीज माइक जो है वो आप म्यूट कर दो, ठीक है? आप मुझे सुन रहे हो? आपको समझ में आ रही हैं बातें? आ रही हैं, ठीक है। बड़ा सिंपल है, मेरे को इसी तरह से आपको लेक्चर देती हूँ, आप समझ में आता होगा और आपके पास क्वेश्चन आंसर का भी यकीनन एक टाइम है, आप मुझसे उसमें पूछ सकते हो। नाउ लुक, ऑक्सीटॉसिन में प्रोवोक greater trust, empathy, and morality in humans, meaning that giving hugs or other shows of physical affection may give you a big boost to your overall well-being. It doesn't mean that what these lines are saving and the well-being of others. If you are having connectedness, the sense of connectedness and the connectedness with other peoples, with your friends, with your family members, with your youngers, with your elders, with your peers, it means that will increase your lifeline. It will increase your empathy, the sense of empathy. It will increase morality in humans, and these things will give you a meaning in your life. And happiness is contagious. Those with happy friends and significant others are more likely to be happy in future. If you are having friends, you would be more happy. If you are having positive relations, you would be more happy. Okay, so this was all about today's lecture, and now the question answer section we are starting. This is time for you to ask as many questions relating to today's this lecture. If you want to ask me any question, please. आप चैट बॉक्स में भी क्वेश्चन पुट कर सकते हैं और आप मुझसे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ भी सकते हैं। अनम्यूट कर दो, आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर दें बिल्कुल, और जितने भी क्वेश्चंस आप पूछ सकते हैं तो आप मुझसे पूछ सकते हो। बेटा कोई अगर क्वेश्चंस आप पूछना चाहते हैं तो आप मुझे पूछ सकते हो क्वेश्चंस। नहीं है कोई भी क्वेश्चन?
नो मैम।
नहीं है, अच्छा ठीक है। मैं ये जो पावर पॉइंट है जब तक के मैं अपलोड करूँ LMS तक, तो मैं आपको जो है ये शेयर कर दूंगी। आप काइंडली जो है मेरे पास नीबा की मेरे ख्याल में होती है ईमेल, सारा की भी है, तो जो भी मुझे मिलेंगी मैं उनके ऊपर ये आपको जो है अभी सेंड कर देती हूँ। तो आप इसको देखें, पढ़ें और प्लीज इसको अंडरस्टैंड करें, क्योंकि दोबारा जब कल हमारी क्लास होगी तो इन अदर टॉपिक वी विल स्टार्ट। ठीक है?
ओके मैम।
ओके ओके बेटा, अल्लाह हाफिज।
अल्लाह हाफिज।
हाफिज।